what that displays for not just Americans, but folks on an international platform is that our country is being led by idiots.
It's a general rule across Western society that you shouldn't marry your brother. Has anyone in here married nobody here has married their brother? Nobody. You don't marry your brother. It's not a, we don't have to really elaborate on that. I don't think you have to Google anything. I think, don't marry your brother. Don't marry your sister. Not a big deal. Unfortunately, Ilhan Omar has. It is starting to break forth. And Donald Trump, Donald Trump, he starts teasing stuff. People tell him he's a racist. And 2 years later, they're like, oh, the racist guy got it all right. Well, look at this from Donald Trump on Truth Social. Ilhan Omar's country of Somalia is plagued by a lack of central government control, persistent poverty, hunger, resurgent terrorism, piracy, decades of civil war, corruption, and pervasive violence. 70% of the population lives in extreme poverty and widespread food insecurity. Somalia is consistently ranked among the world's most corrupt countries, including bribery, embezzlement, and a dysfunctional government. All of this, and Ilhan Omar tells us how to run America. P.S. Wasn't she the one that married her brother in order to gain citizenship? What scum we have in our country telling us what to do and how to do it. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America Great Again. And what, of course, you are seeing, Mike, you can leave that up for just a sec. What you are seeing right there is Ilhan Omar's marriage license application. It is finally breaking forth. This is so, I always talk about the airlock, right? Somehow the mainstream media, you can come back. The mainstream media always is basically an airlock. All of us out here on the internet, crazy internet people on the Wild West, the frontier of everything, we're just talking about trying to work it through. We get some things right, some things wrong. But generally, whether it's COVID or Russia, or very fine people, like we're getting to the truth quicker. And then the mainstream media basically exists as the airlock. And every now and again, something breaks through the airlock or something becomes so obvious the airlock can no longer contain it. That would be, for example, last June when Joe Biden when Joe Biden during that debate just had the full-on breakdown that we all knew was obvious, but it was so damn obvious that the airlock could not contain it. Next thing you know, the next day on CNN, everyone's repeating what we've all been saying for years. The Ilhan thing has been bouncing around the internet for it could be 4 years at this point, right? And now finally Donald Trump is going for it. Ilhan knows she is in some hot water and, she's trying to offer some tepid defense. Take a look.
He's uneducated enough to understand that members of Congress can't be impeached. When you have Nancy and Randy saying, we're on it, we're going to impeach her. When they're saying they're going to deport me, knowing full well that you cannot deport an American citizen. What that displays for not just Americans, but folks on an international platform is that our country is being led by idiots.
Well, sorry, Ilhan, but not only did everything you say there, is everything that you said there a lie and backwards, it turns out there's some factual evidence into why we can get rid of someone like you. This from Real AR on X. Once again, the know-it-all knows nothing. A naturalized citizen can lose their citizenship through a process called denaturalization, which could potentially lead to a deportation if certain conditions are met. Examples include providing false information during the naturalization process, committing serious crimes, treason or terrorism-related offenses could trigger denaturalization proceedings. So she married her brother for immigration purposes for her brother, so that could qualify as that. And then as it pertains to terrorism or some of those other things, I think I don't have evidence of this. This is my belief around her and Rashida Tlaib and some of these other people. They are going to find, either through a RICO case or something, they are going to find high-level coordination between people like them and these NGOs that are putting people out on the streets, that are working with, it's the Hamas crew and the Antifa crew that are committing acts of domestic terrorism and violence and much more.